Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. In today's episode, we'll follow Jack and Tu Tien as they face one of the most emotional moments for any parent. Their daughter, Anna's very first day at kindergarten, filled with tears, hesitation, and quiet courage behind a classroom window. If you enjoy heartfelt family stories like this, don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss the next episode. By the time the morning fog lifts off the garden, Jack has already been awake for an hour. He's standing at the doorway with a mug of warm tea, watching Anna wobble across the yard with the kind of confidence only a little kid can have. One moment she's chasing a leaf like it's the most important mission of her life, and the next she's laughing at the dogs like they're her personal comedy show. Jack glances at Tu Tien, who's folding laundry on a mat near the window. Her movements are calm today, steady, not rushed, not heavy. He clears his throat like he's about to announce something in a meeting. "Bay is getting big," he says, nodding toward Anna. Tu Tien smiles without looking up. "You say that every week." "I mean it," Jack insists. "Look at her. She's not a baby anymore. She understands everything." As if to prove him right, Anna trots over and places both hands on Jack's leg, then looks up with serious eyes like she's waiting for him to do something important. Jack crouches and lifts her into his arms. She immediately rests her cheek on his shoulder, warm and trusting. Jack's voice softens. "I've been thinking." Tu Tien pauses her folding. "That usually means you have a plan." He sits on the low bench with Anna on his lap, careful not to bounce her too much. "What if we enroll her in preschool?" Tu Tien blinks. The idea lands in the room like a small bell. "Preschool?" she repeats. Jack nods. "Just half day at first, somewhere nearby, a safe place. She'll learn songs, play with other kids, and she'll get used to a routine." Tu Tien's eyes move to Anna, who is now poking at Jack's watch like it's a toy. Tu Tien's expression shifts, half pride, half worry. "She's still so little," she says quietly. "I know," Jack says. "That's why we start now. Not because we want to push her, because we want her to feel confident. And honestly," he hesitates, "I want her to have a normal childhood, no fear, no chaos, just school, friends, and you picking her up with snacks." Tu Tien's lips curl into a small smile. "You're bribing your own daughter already." "Professional strategy," Jack says, and Anna giggles like she understands the joke. Tu Tien folds the last shirt, sets it aside, then scoots closer. "Which school?" "There's one in town," Jack says. "Clean campus, security at the gate, a small playground inside. I asked around at work. The staff there is strict but kind." Tu Tien looks at him for a long moment, reading his face the way she always does when he's trying to sound casual about something that matters. Then she nods once. "Okay, we try." Jack's shoulders loosen. "Really?" "We try," she repeats, "but we go together. We see it with our own eyes." "Deal," Jack says. "We'll go this afternoon." After lunch, Jack parks the car in the yard and checks the back seat twice, even though Anna is already strapped in and happily chewing on a soft snack. Tu Tien climbs in beside her, fixing Anna's collar and smoothing her hair. Anna's two little braids are slightly uneven, like she fought the hair ties and won. Tu Tien tries to correct them, but Anna twists away and laughs, so Tu Tien gives up and kisses her forehead instead. Jack turns the key. "Everyone ready?" Anna makes a confident sound that is not a real word, but feels like an answer. They drive into town with the windows cracked just enough to let in cool air. Jack's eyes stay focused on the road, but his mind keeps jumping ahead. Anna in a tiny uniform, Anna holding a backpack, Anna learning to say teacher and friend with that serious little voice. The preschool is tucked behind a row of trees with a sign at the gate and a small parking area out front. The entrance feels bright, not intimidating. There are drawings on the walls and the smell is clean, soap, paper, and something sweet like milk. A receptionist greets them warmly and asks Anna's name. Anna stares back with wide eyes, then presses her face into Tu Tien's shoulder like she's suddenly shy. Jack chuckles. She's brave outside, inside she turns into a koala. Tu Tien smiles, but her hand tightens around Anna's leg. They meet a teacher who introduces herself and leads them through the campus. The classrooms are simple and cheerful, low tables, colourful shelves, toys stacked neatly. There's a nap area with tiny mats and a corner with books and soft pillows. Then they step outside into the playground. It's not huge, but it's perfect for a little kid. A small slide, a rocking toy shaped like an animal, a seesaw and a sandbox. Everything is fenced in, safe. A few children are already playing, their laughter bouncing off the walls like music. Anna's head lifts. She points at the slide. That. Tu Tien's eyes brighten. You want to play? Anna nods fast, already wriggling to get down. Jack sets her on the ground and holds her hand as they walk in. Anna freezes for 1 second, taking it all in, then steps forward with surprising confidence. She walks straight toward the rocking toy and touches it like she's claiming it. Jack and Tu Tien exchange a look. She likes it, Jack whispers. Tu Tien whispers back, don't say it too loud, you'll scare your own luck. Anna climbs onto the rocking toy with help. Jack steadies it while Tu Tien crouches nearby, clapping softly when Anna manages to bounce herself a little. Anna laughs loud and proud, and then looks around at the other kids like she wants to join their world. A little boy runs past and waves at her. Anna stares, then waves back with her whole arm, almost losing balance. Jack catches her gently. She's already making friends, Jack says, pretending to sound calm. But Tu Tien hears the emotion in it. They finish the tour, sign the registration papers, and discuss schedules. Jack pays the fee and the teacher hands them a list, what to bring, what to label, what to expect on the first day. Before they leave, they stop by a small store nearby to buy Anna's uniform and a tiny backpack. Jack holds up the backpack, which is almost the size of Anna herself. Tu Tien laughs. She's going to look like she's carrying a suitcase. That's fine, Jack says. Let her feel important. Anna reaches for the backpack immediately, hugging it like a treasure. On the drive home, Anna falls asleep in the back seat with the backpack still clutched in her arms, as if she's afraid someone might take it away. Tu Tien watches her, eyes soft. She looked so happy on the playground, Jack nods, and you looked like you were about to cry. Tu Tien exhales. It's just the first day of school. It feels like a huge door opening. Jack keeps driving, voice low. It is, but she won't walk through it alone. The first day comes faster than they expect. Jack wakes up before sunrise and moves quietly through the house, preparing breakfast and warming Anna's milk. Tu Tien lays out the uniform on the bed, like it's a special outfit for a celebration. Anna, still sleepy, sits on the mat rubbing her eyes while Tu Tien gently dresses her. The uniform fits just right. The shoes are new and a little stiff, and Anna keeps lifting her feet like she doesn't trust the ground. Jack kneels and adjusts the straps on the tiny backpack. "Today is your first school day," he tells her. "You're going to play and learn, and then Mama and Papa will come back." Anna stares at him seriously, then hugs Tu Tien's leg. Tu Tien kneels too, smoothing Anna's hair. "We'll be right outside, not far." Anna doesn't respond with words. She just looks between them like she's trying to understand what school means. They drive to the preschool early, just like Jack planned. The air is cold and the street is quiet. When they arrive, the campus already has lights on, warm and welcoming. Jack carries Anna to the playground for a few minutes so she can ease in. Tu Tien walks beside them, holding Anna's hand when Jack sets her down. Anna plays a little, but she keeps looking back at Tu Tien, checking that her mother is still there. Then the bell rings, and everything changes. The teacher opens the classroom door with a smile. "Good morning, Anna," she says gently. "Come on in, we have toys." Anna's body stiffens. Tu Tien reaches for her hand. "We'll go inside together," she whispers. They step into the classroom. It's bright, full of tiny chairs and friendly colors. A few kids are already sitting at a table playing with blocks. The teacher points to a shelf where toys are lined up. Anna's eyes flick toward the toys, but then she turns and clings to Tu Tien's waist, suddenly panicked, like her brain has finally understood what's happening. Tu Tien's heart drops. Jack feels it too. Hey, Jack says softly, crouching beside her. "It's okay. You're safe." Anna starts to cry. Quiet at first, then louder, grabbing Tu Tien with both arms like she's holding on to the only thing that makes sense in the world. The teacher stays calm. She kneels down and picks up a small box of building blocks. "Look," she says, speaking gently. "We can build something together, a house, a car, anything you want." Anna cries harder. Tu Tien's eyes sting, but she keeps her voice steady. "Anna, Mama will come back. Mama always comes back." Jack reaches out, wanting to take Anna to fix it, to stop the tears. But he knows this moment belongs to her, and forcing it will only make it worse. The teacher tries another approach and pulls out a doll, holding it like a friend. "This one is shy too," she says. She needs help." Anna pauses mid-cry, staring at the doll. Jack and Tu Tien both hold their breath. Anna's hands loosen a little, but she still refuses to let go. And Jack realizes the hardest part isn't signing up, or buying uniforms, or picking a school. The hardest part is this: teaching your child that love stays, even when you step away for a moment. Anna's cry doesn't stop all at once. It comes in waves, tight little gasps, then a louder sob, then a pause where she listens for her mother's voice like it's the only rope holding her steady. Tu Tien stays kneeling, arms around her, whispering the same promise again and again. Jack watches from the side, jaw clenched, trying not to step in too fast and make it harder. The teacher doesn't rush them. She keeps her voice gentle and casual, like this is a normal Tuesday, not a heartbreak. "Anna," she says softly, holding up the doll again. "Do you want to help me give her a seat?" She's tired. Anna's eyes stay wet, but her attention flickers toward the doll. She reaches one small hand out, touches the doll's hair, then pulls back quickly like she's afraid of betraying her mother. Tu Tien takes a slow breath. "You can hold the doll," she tells Anna. "Mama will still be here." Anna looks up at her mother's face, searching for any sign of a trick. Jack leans closer. "We can do it together," he adds. "You hold the doll and Mama holds you." Anna doesn't answer with words. She just reaches again. This time she grabs the doll's arm and holds it tight against her chest while still clinging to Tu Tien. The teacher smiles like she just won a tiny victory. "That's good, that's so good. Now can I show you the blocks?" She slides the box of blocks closer, spilling a few onto the mat. A child across the room is already building a tower, laughing when it falls. Anna's crying quiets to small whimpers. She watches the tower fall, then watches the child rebuild it without fear. That part seems to confuse her, like she's seeing a world where mistakes don't end in disaster. Tu Tien strokes Anna's back. "See, everyone is playing." Anna's grip on her mother loosens by 1 centimeter. Jack notices, so does Tu Tien. Neither of them says it out loud. The teacher picks up 2 blocks and clicks them together. "This is a train," she says, making the sound of wheels with her mouth. "Do you want to make one too?" Anna's eyes follow the blocks. The doll is still trapped in her elbow like a hostage, but her fingers reach toward the blocks now, hesitant and curious. Tu Tien's heart swells and breaks at the same time. She leans close to Jack and whispers, "If she cries harder, don't look at me like it's my fault." Jack whispers back, "If you cry harder, don't look at me like it's my fault either." Tu Tien lets out a tiny laugh, then quickly presses her lips together because she's afraid laughter will turn into tears. The teacher stands up slowly. "Mum and Dad can stay at the window," she suggests. "Sometimes children feel safer when they know you're close, but they also need space to try." Tu Tien nods, but her body doesn't want to move. Leaving, even 2 steps, feels like tearing off a bandage. Jack gently touches her elbow. "We'll stay right outside," he says. "She will see us." Tu Tien kisses Anna's cheek. "Mama is going to stand outside. I'll be right there. You can play." Anna's face crumples again for a second, but the teacher is ready. She places the blocks right in front of Anna like a bridge. Anna's sob turns into a shaky breath. She doesn't let go of Tu Tien entirely, but she shifts her weight. That's the first real sign she might survive this. Tu Tien stands up slowly. Jack steps in beside her, steadying her without making it obvious. They back toward the door, both moving like they're trying not to startle a frightened animal. When they reach the hallway, Tu Tien's hands tremble. She presses them together and takes a breath, forcing calm. Jack leads her to a window panel that looks into the classroom. They stand there like 2 people, holding their breath underwater. Inside, Anna sits on the mat, the doll in her lap, blocks scattered near her knees. Her eyes keep darting toward the door, like she's tracking escape routes. The teacher sits near her but doesn't crowd her. She builds a small block train again and gently slides it toward Anna. Anna touches it. Then, after another long moment, she picks up a block and taps it against another one. Jack's chest tightens. "She's doing it," he whispers. Tu Tien presses her fingers to her lips. "Don't celebrate yet," she whispers back. "The second you celebrate, she'll sense it." Jack almost smiles. He can't help it. For 10 minutes, Anna plays in tiny bursts. 1 block, then pause, then look at the door, then another block. It's not full comfort, but it's movement forward. A little girl crawls closer and offers Anna a yellow block. The girl doesn't speak much. She just holds it out like a peace offering. Anna stares at it, suspicious. Then she takes it. She doesn't smile, but she accepts it. Tu Tien's eyes fill. She quickly wipes them, hoping Jack doesn't notice. He notices anyway. He leans closer. "You okay?" Tu Tien nods too fast. "I'm fine." Jack watches her for a second, then shifts his gaze back to the classroom. "I didn't think it would hit me like this," he admits quietly. "It feels like we're leaving a piece of ourselves in there." Tu Tien's voice is soft. "That's parenting. You keep leaving pieces everywhere." They stay by the window longer than they should. The teacher eventually walks over to the door and speaks low enough that the kids can't hear. "She's calming," the teacher says. "But if you stand here too long, it can make the separation harder. You're welcome to wait outside the gate. I promise I'll call if she becomes overwhelmed." Tu Tien freezes. Her eyes flick to Jack. Jack nods, slow and steady. "We'll wait outside," he says, then adds, "Please be honest with us. If she can't handle it today, we'll take her home." The teacher smiles. "I will be honest." They step away from the window. Tu Tien's feet feel heavy, like the hallway is tilting. She takes another breath and holds herself upright. Jack notices her pale face. "Hey," he murmurs, lowering his voice. "Sit for a second." "I'm okay," Tu Tien insists, but her hand drifts to the wall for balance. Jack doesn't argue. He guides her to a bench near the entrance and sits beside her, shoulders close, not touching too much, just enough to remind her she's not alone. Outside, the morning air is cold. The courtyard is quiet. Jack checks his phone. No urgent calls, no sudden disasters. For once, life pauses. Tu Tien's eyes stay fixed on the classroom building. Jack speaks gently. "You know what I just realized?" "What?" Tu Tien asks, voice thin. "This is the first time in a long time that the biggest fear in our day is something normal," Jack says. "Not danger, not bad people, not threats, just our kid crying on her first day." Tu Tien's throat tightens. "Don't say it like that," she whispers. "You'll make me cry." Jack nods. "Okay, I won't." They wait. 10 minutes passes, then 15. Jack's knee bounces with nervous energy, but he forces himself to stop. Tu Tien keeps rubbing her fingers together like she's counting invisible beads. Finally, the teacher steps out and walks towards them. Tu Tien stands so fast Jack has to steady her again. The teacher smiles. She cried again for a few minutes, but she settled. She's sitting at the table now, holding a crayon like it's a weapon. Jack lets out a breath that sounds like a laugh and a sigh at the same time. "That's my daughter," he says. Tu Tien's shoulders sag with relief. "Can we see her?" The teacher nods. "Just one quick look through the window. Then I want you to go home. If you come in now, she'll reset." They follow the teacher back to the window. Inside, Anna is at a small table with 2 other kids. She's still serious, still cautious, but she's holding a crayon and making hard scribbles on paper. The doll is sitting beside her like a loyal companion. She looks up suddenly as if she can feel them. Her eyes meet Tu Tien's through the glass. For one terrifying second, Tu Tien expects a fresh wave of crying, but Anna doesn't cry. She lifts her hand and presses her palm against the window. Tu Tien's breath catches. She presses her palm against the glass from the outside, matching Anna's hand perfectly. Jack feels his eyes sting. He swallows hard. Anna's lips move. The sound doesn't reach them through the glass, but Jack can read it anyway. "Mum." Tu Tien nods, mouth trembling. She forces a smile so bright it hurts. "Mama is here," she mouths back. "I'll come back." Anna stares for another second, then turns back to her paper as if she just needed confirmation and nothing more. Jack exhales slowly. "She's stronger than we think," he whispers. Tu Tien nods. She's yours." Jack shakes his head. "She's ours." They walk back to the gate. Tu Tien looks over her shoulder one last time before they leave. Jack opens the car door and pauses, hand on the handle. "We did it," he says quietly. Tu Tien lets out a shaky breath. "We did the first day." Jack nods. "Tomorrow we do the second." They drive home in silence, but it's not a sad silence. It's the kind that comes after a storm, when you realize the world didn't end, the fear didn't win, and your child just took her first tiny step into a bigger life. Jack and Tu Tien realize little Anna is old enough for preschool, so they visit a nearby kindergarten to enroll her. They fill out the paperwork, buy her uniform, and choose a small backpack that makes Anna beam with pride. On the first morning, they arrive early and let her explore the school courtyard, where there's a tiny playground with a seesaw, spring riders, and a slide. Anna runs from one toy to another, excited and curious, but when it's time to enter the classroom, she clings to her parents and begins to cry. The teacher gently takes her hand and distracts her with colorful building blocks and a doll, speaking softly until Anna calms. Jack and Tu Tien step back, hiding by the window, anxious yet grateful to see their daughter safe, healthy, and slowly joining her new friends.